and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys all of my tips, tricks, and my favorite products to create a wing liner, and also how to make them match if you kind of mess up in the beginning like I did in this video. I've had tons of requests on how I do my wing liner, to do like a very focused tutorial just on that. Also, if you guys are interested, I filmed a full makeup tutorial on this look, so if you guys are interested in how to create this entire makeup look, I did post that earlier this week. I'll have it linked down below, or you can just go on my channel and find it that way. This video is just going to be very focused on just wing liner. If you guys are interested in how to get the perfect wing look, just keep on watching. I'm actually going to try to do this on camera. If it doesn't work out well, I'm just going to edit this out, so it don't matter. So I'm using the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. This is like relatively new to me. I've been using this for about a month now and I really like it. It's a brush applicator, it's super matte, and I can really flick out the wing. So I always start in the outer corner and I start at the top of what the flick is going to be, and I drag it down diagonal so it hits the outer corner of my eye. Just like that. And this is just how I do it. Some people do like the full eye and then go on to the next one. I just like doing like the matchy type of thing. So I'll also draw this line on. That way I know like if I'm even or not, if I'm gonna have a good wing day or not. So now I'm just gonna go on this side. I'll turn. And I kind of look at like what angle I put it at. You wanna try your best to try to make it the same angle. It doesn't always work, but that's the goal. This one's a lot higher and longer, but hopefully we'll be able to make these match a little bit better once we keep going. So now that that line is on, I'm gonna go from kind of like the top. I'm not gonna go to the very top. I'm gonna go like halfway, I would say, on that line, and then connect it to my lid. And just drag down, just like that. This wing is gonna be very big. It's very hard to make them match. So now I'm just drawing the actual line and filling it in on my lid. You obviously want it to be as thick as where you ended that line right there. The closer that you get to the inner corner, the thinner you want to make it. You want to make it as thin as possible, because unless you have huge eyes with huge eyelids, but usually you want to go like thick and then kind of make it really thin. That gives it like a really good cat eye and makes it more sultry. You also want to bring your brush as close to your lash line as possible. And now you're just going to fill in that wing that you drew out to begin with. And just like that, you have a wing. I'm just gonna do the same thing to the other eye. Like I said, this one got away from me. But you'll see, I'm gonna draw this one in completely just like I did on this one, and then we're gonna see like what we need to tweak to kind of make them match, even though they're not gonna always or ever be identical, but there's ways that you can try to do it to make them match more and make it less obvious that they are not perfect. Okay, so I filled in both the wings. As you can see, this one is a lot longer, a lot higher, a lot thicker. This one is more of like a natural wing. I mean, there's no such thing as like a natural wing, but it's a lot more subtle than this guy over here. So obviously we can't make this one smaller, because that's just gonna ruin all of your eyeshadow. It's going to kind of get all of your face. So what we have to do is kind of make this one a little bit more baboon to match this. Usually what I try to do, I didn't try hard enough obviously today, is I try to make them both pretty small. That way if one does get a little bit crazier, it's easy to match the other one that you did smaller, you know what I'm saying? Because if you go in with the intentions of, oh, I want a really big wing, and you make one way too big, then it's gonna be really hard to make them match, and it's gonna be harder, you know, if you mess up. So this one is a lot thicker right here than this is. So I'm just gonna build up this actual wing on the outer corner, but I'm always going to keep this on the inside as thin as possible. I feel like that's probably as close as I can get in thickness, and I'm just gonna try to like flick this out just a little bit longer. That's where things can get messy, because doing one straight line is really easy, but when you're trying to add to that perfect straight line, it could get a little wonky. So I always say start, oh my God. I always say start where it's like kind of like the darker part where it's thicker, and then kind of just try to flick up in the same direction. If you're not comfortable with this part, honestly, this is probably okay. Like your eyes are matching, I would say, enough to where once you put lashes on or mascara, no one's going to be like, oh, your wings aren't matching perfectly. Like no one's ever gonna really realize besides you. So I think that this probably would be an okay spot to leave it, but just for the video's sake, I'm gonna try to make this one a little bit longer just to match this one. Okay, and that's that. That's how I do my wing liner. I've been doing this for years and years and years now. So this is not like me just practicing overnight. This is not even a year of trying to do wing liner. It's very hard to do wing liner. My mom has always been doing it. So, you know, when you first start off makeup, you kind of do the same thing that your mom does because that's who's teaching you and that's what you see. So right at the age of like, I don't know, 15, 16, I started doing wing liner because that's what my mom did. My mom doesn't use eyeshadow. She's actually allergic to like all eyeshadows. So all she ever did was like, you know, your face makeup, of course, and then a bold wing liner. So I've always been doing that. So when this actually came back really in style and everyone was doing wing liner, I was like way ahead of the game and already had this down packed. It was just eyeshadow that I had to learn, which took me years. That did not come easy at all. And neither did wing liner. My high school years, that wing was not anywhere near this, and it doesn't help that I was using a pencil. So just a few tips, as always, liquid liners. I have a few that I like here. The felt tip brushes, I really like the Benefit Roller Liner. This is really good. It's super black, it's super thin. The applicator is very long and flimsy, which I like because I like doing that flicked out wing right there. If it's not a flexible tip, it's very hard to flick it out and then flick it back in, for me at least. I look for something that doesn't smudge, that's long lasting, that doesn't crumble. I have a few that do crumble that I don't like. And that's very obviously black, goes over glitter liner. So like there's a lot that goes into, or glitter eyeshadow. So there's a lot that goes into what I look for in an eyeliner. This one kind of meets all of those, honestly. The NYX matte, and it's $7. This is $24. This is still a really good one. I still reach for this all the time, but it doesn't go over the like glitter shadows as well as this one does, because this is like really liquid and this is a felt tip brush. Another good felt tip brush that like is a cult favorite for everyone is the Stila All Day Waterproof Liquid Liner. This is another good one. The Kat Von D Tattoo Liner is a really good one. And those are probably like what I would suggest for liner if you're just starting out. It might be easier to start with a felt tip if you're first starting out, because this one can kind of get really messy, because anywhere you put it is going to be very intense and black. This one you have a little bit more wiggle room. But yeah, these are the ones that I suggest, and just take your time. Like you don't have to start off with a huge wing liner like this. Like some people just do those little tiny cat ones that I'm so jealous of, because I feel like I can't do those because I always end up doing this. But yeah, those are my tips. You can always go in if you mess it up with a concealer brush and kind of just like touch it if you're not wearing a lot of eyeshadow. You can just kind of like go on the corners of it to try to clean it up a little bit. A lot of people do that. I don't really have to. Like I said, I've been doing this for years, so I usually am pretty clean with it. The only issue I ever have with liquid liner is that my inner corners are typically always watering. I don't know why, but I always like keep Q-tips with me and like will like touch it on the inner part and it's fine. Sometimes it ruins my eyeshadow and that's just life. So I'm going to put some mascara on, pop some lashes on, and close up this video. So I put on mascara, lashes, and then obviously finish up my look. Like I said earlier in this video, I did film a full tutorial on this. So it is going to be linked down below and it's going to be on my channel. I hope this helped you guys. If you guys have any tips and tricks for anyone that's just beginning or you just wanted to see how I did mine, please put them down below. I always am looking for new tips and tricks to make it easier for myself, as well as your favorite liners. I'm always looking for a new liner. I'm always buying new liners because anything that makes it easier, I'm all about. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell down below. That way you guys don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.